Welcome to Saturday. It is opening round time for the Red Bull Team Series event. Welcome along. Hopefully it's an absolute blast. We've got Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez boosted like you know already. Fingers crossed you've made it through and you can use some of the strategies that we posted yesterday, which is Friday, or you can watch my video for parts of the first 4 races and you can get some very understanding needs of how to run it. But here we go. We're going to get into it for race number 1. And race number 1 comes from Spain. And hopefully we can do the business. Let's give it our all. Good luck to you all as well. Let's hit race number 1. Let's go then. Race 1. And this could potentially be a real player. Still wait to see. Based on the spinning of the matchmaking, it could very much so be a real player. But let's have a look and see how we get on. Welcome along and let's see. Where we're going to qualify, we're running level 7 max. We're always going to go and get him level 7. And it's P3 and P6. He starts exactly the same positions. So we're going to go on to Hawk and we'll see if it is a real player or not. Well, ready up. Will they ready up on 20? No, they won't. So real player to start. This could be crucial for the 376. Could be a very difficult race. Let's give it a go. No safety cars are out there. Iceman 44, good luck to you. And I like having a real player. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what we can do. Can we get a good start with Verstappen? Through the middle we go. And we hold the rival back. That's actually pretty perfect. We have lost a place, though, and it's the rival going backwards on the soft. So Perez leads, and the rival coming back through with the softs, but we've took him again, or nearly took him, and it's P1 and P3. So good first indication here, and we're up into P2 as well. So this is a brilliant and P3. It's going to keep swapping around. I'm potentially going to do 5 laps with Max Verstappen here, because I feel like I need to try and push past these two and be very quick at the end. But I'm going to just bide my time. I'm going to try and get past Max Verstappen AI, if we can. If we can, and we can finally can. Perez holding up the rival out front. That's not too bad, though. We'll let him cruise because we are right in the gap. We can close down on the back. He's going to keep pushing, which is fine. Let's see if we can just get past and really close the gap and put the pressure on. Rival's using not a lot of power unit behind at all. So it's going to be tough to get that 3rd spot. That is for sure. But we're not on. We are not on for 5 laps here. Rival pits. We're good on tyres. And it's going to come down to the end of this race as to where we can push and where we can't. Let's see what we can do. Rival is pushing. We've got Perez out in front. He's on a quicker pit stop, thankfully. And the rival's pushing all the time. Perez will push in from here. Verstappen, we are biding our time. And let's see if we can get in. We're ahead at the moment. Quick pit stop needed. I think we're going to double stack as well here. And we come out ahead. Rival goes past on softs. And let's see if we can then close the gap. So, crucial phase of the race. Rival's ahead of us on the softs. We're going to just try and close as much as we can. Rival's used all his power unit behind us. So we can close that gap. Rival's intercept first now. And you can see P4 out there. It's going to be very hard to get P4, I must say. But we're going to give it a go. Verstappen comes round. Good power unit left. Trying to close all the time. Rival says, great race. It's not over yet, though. We're trying to close as much as we can. We're going to hold that power unit on Perez. Just trying to build that up. You can see the rival is just trying to boost his power unit too. And we've used a lot already on Max Verstappen. So if we can just drop the 1 point here, that's going to be tough. We might end up dropping 2. We're just waiting out. Is that the rival pushing? The rival is pushing, so we'll push as well. We'll basically combat what the rival is doing. And if we can take a 1 point drop, I'll happily take that. Especially against a real player. Roll on the real player battles, absolutely. So we'll push now. And we'll try and just keep this lead. Not going to get P2. Just nowhere near. You can see P2 right behind us. Try and just save the bit of power unit to the end. And we're going to get P1. It is going to be a decent start against a tough opponent. We'll take 46 all day long. It's not going to be the magic 47, but it's a great first race. And well done to Iceman, who put in a valid effort against a difficult team score in theory. 1621 for Iceman versus the 1657. And you can see both having 7s across the board, but the rival with Virtue. But actually, it weren't that too much of a difference, was it? But we'll take it all the very best. Race number 2 from Singapore. 83% chance of rain. So let's see what happens. It is rain, purple rain in qualifying. And we've got a very tough matchup. 120 something ahead of us. And we're going to get pushed right back. P5 and P7. Wow, that is a big, big jump back. 4 minutes 50. Not imagining any differences here. I'm going to use Hook and I'm going to use Kawhi. Hook for the servicing. Don't expect rain to come in here. 4 minutes 50. This is going to be ridiculously tough, and it's a good strategy for the rival. We could have done with them going on hard. We need a good start. Both of them get perfect. We need to bolt past these Red Bulls. And we're not going to. Yes, we are. We are going to get into P3. Make that P2. And Perez only P8 at the moment. So, all to do. Rival starting to push. And it's going to be another difficult matchup. First one was a good matchup, but real player. And this one is a tough player bot. But we are into P5, and Verstappen trying to let Perez back past, and he'll get there. He's done it. We are using Hook for the servicing element, because we're going to need that. And Verstappen keeping toes out front so far. This is going to be very difficult to overcome as the rival somehow batters past us. That's annoying. So we're going to go softs. This rain isn't going to come in anytime soon. We're going to try and get back past, but we are well up against it here. Surely the soft tyres can get past the mediums. No, they can't, which is interesting. So we're going to just have to do a middle stint of conserving here. So I'm not actually going to... Yeah, no, we will service. We will. We're going to come in now. We just can't push too much nowadays on this track. It's going to be a difficult start to opening round. He's in. Quicker pit stop because of that Kawhi. And we are now out. You can see the rival already up the road. So this is tough. We're going to literally have a conserved 2 laps. And you can see the gap out front. 3 minutes until the rain. We mentioned that wasn't going to come in play. And it is not here. But we've just got to try and gain some power unit. Perez is well back. And the rival, you can see, about to go into the pits. So, tough start. And we're going to have to come back at this rival. He's putting on hard tyres, which is always a bonus for us. But he's not that far behind, is he? That's the problem. We are trying to save power unit all the time. Perez should catch him up, though, being on the mediums. That is a bonus. So we'll push him initially. See the rival out front, full power unit. We're still going to need 376 tomorrow, though. In all of this, that is still going to be required. So it doesn't really matter what we do today. Just don't want to drop too many points, but F1 Clash gods say otherwise. Verstappen's in. No servicing. Quick pit stop needed. And Rival's in as well. And he's gone to mediums, the rival. Has that opened the door? We're into P2. If we can get P1, we damage limitation. Sounds like a Harry Potter thing. Rivals on hard. Surely we're not going to get overtook by the hards. And Perez is bang there. He's trying to attack through the rival here. Can we get the lead? Yes. No. Oh, my God. We're so close to getting the lead. Can we keep second place? At the moment, I don't want to push too much. Rival's about to lose that power unit, so we can now push. And now there is a chance, a very small chance, of trying to claim P1. You can see the rivals out of sight, out front. We've got to try and look after power unit and claim that back. We've got hardly any tyres left. We're clear of P5. We can afford to push just that little bit more. But we are using everything that we've got. And here comes Max Verstappen into the lead. Perez takes P3. We are pushing extremely hard with Perez. I think it's just going to be P3. But I think he might run out of tyres. We've cut down. We have really cut down. Verstappen wins. Perez coming around the last corner, ran out of tyres. He takes P3. That is the very best we could have done with that matchup, starting P5 V7 versus P1 and P2. That is simply best we could have done. We battled hard. You can see 1-7-7-4. 8 Perez, 8 Verstappen, and the car was well in their favour as well. So we gave it a go, and 46, I'm very glad not to drop any more points. Race number 3 brings us back down to earth just a little bit. Zandvoort to come, and it's a decent matchup, which is music to my ears, and it's raining so far. But what will it be in the race? Let's find out. We've got good qualifying, P3 and P5 versus 6 and 10. We want to take control of this. It is raining. It's a minute's intervals, which is interesting. So I'm going to go Kawhi, I'm going to go Prince. Try and push Verstappen hard, first 3 laps, pit him, cruise, and Perez can hold up the field and push later on. No safety cars enabled, so we know we're not going to get caught out. We need a good start though. And both, Perez only fast start, and that's plus 20 race start too. So round the first few corners, Perez looking at the back of Perez now as well, and can't get the job done early on. So he settles him back down to P3 with Verstappen leading. Verstappen leads from Perez in second. And we're going to keep pushing now, Max Verstappen. If we can push hard, we can create a gap early on. Perez with a block in for Prince, but he's in a world of his own right now. So doesn't need anything to go his way. Lap 2. Max Verstappen in front. We're going to keep pushing Max Verstappen now, just to build that gap all the time. If we can keep doing that, we'll be on to some good points. Hopefully, the magic 47. What can Verstappen do? Pushing hard. He's into the lead. P1 with Perez P2. It's looking good so far. Just got to get through this nice and easy. And Verstappen should. I mean, there's no dry weather coming in so far. That's what you always got to do. You got to check that weather cycle. And 4 laps on the wets would be nice and easy. You can do another lap, but we're going to get him in, get him out, and cruise to the end. Expecting the AI to do potentially 5 laps here, with some lap 4. And you can see Verstappen just going to come out in P5. But he quickly gains past Perez into P4. Let's push Perez now. And he can come in. What about Verstappen? Just chilling. P2 ahead. So will these pit or will they go round? I think they'll go round, they will. So Perez coming back out P8. So P8 for Perez. And not got loads of work to do. He's really close to the rivals. So he'll absolutely steam through. And look at that, into P6. Verstappen right behind Perez. And he'll take the lead of this race now. Perez holding up Verstappen behind. As we go round. Lap number 6. So 1 lap to go after this. Everyone pits. Perez is already out, way ahead of everyone else. So 1 lap, and we're back on the 47. After 2 46 frustration races, we're looking good. And let's push now with Max Verstappen, pushing down the straight. We'll push with Perez as well to seal the deal round Zandvoort. Rivals P4, P12. We've got loads of power unit, loads of tyres. And you can see Verstappen actually catching the back of the train here. And he just, at the end of it, is not going to catch him, which is perfectly timed. So Verstappen will take victory here at Zandvoort in front of a home crowd. Verstappen wins, Perez second. And we await the rival to come in so we can show you that matchup. He's going to come home P4. And where's the second AI of his car going to finish? Looks like it's going to be P9. And it will be. But mainly 47 points on the board for ourselves. And let's just compare that to ROM 5, 6, 7 for the rival. Rival was running 6 and 7 for Verstappen and Perez, and the car was more speed than us, but while they had more speed, we had more cornering. Race number 4 gives us another difficult matchup, and at a very difficult track as we head to Monza. Rival's going to be, we want the rival to get caught in the first corner, but starting P1 and P2 for the rival here, most likely, as you can see, here we go. P1, P4. But we get absolutely shuffled back. And it is raining as well. So that makes it even more interesting, all the least. We've got to go with Kawhi. And I feel like we could potentially get 5 laps out of this. It's going to be tough to push 4. But let's have a look. We're going to have to be very hard pushing here. You can see the Perez gets lumped back. Rival starts P1. Verstappen only a fast start. That's disappointing. If we can get Perez, though, we need a couple of these cards early on. We're up to P3. That is something. We're looking at a move on Max Verstappen. We're going to have to get him quickly if we can. And we're pushing round the outside. And we're through into P1. Well, P2, sorry. And P5. Rival starts to push. That is natural at this time for the AI to start pushing. Perez, we're going to hold and push a little bit just to try and hold, but we can't even hold on to Perez. So he comes down the straight. We're going to just try and keep in sight of these and save our power unit. You can see Perez there, trying to get past Perez. Let's try and get him up 1 position. Into this corner should be a good spot to overtake. And we're through into P5. So we're managing it. But look how far the rival is ahead. Lot stronger car. Absolutely bailing away in front. And we can see we're bang on 4 laps here. So a lot to do. A lot to do. Is there any more room in the inn? We're trying to close all we can, but we've probably just met a tough match at the wrong track. We are closing a little bit, but it's not by much. You can see Perez trying to close as well on Max Verstappen to at least get P4. And he nearly does, but we'll cut back down. We need the rival to... the AI is not going to make a mistake, let's be honest. But we need something. The quicker pit time will probably help us as Perez gets into P4. So if we can just close these gaps now, and you can see we might actually get out ahead of the rival. We're trying to push all the time. Trying to keep some power unit in the bank. We're going to keep pushing Verstappen all the way here. And he'll come in. And hopefully he can jump the rival. Perez, will he double stack? Not quite. We're not getting out ahead though. If we can push early, we might have a chance. And here comes a move on Max Verstappen. We're through. What about Perez? Can he do the same? Oh, no, he can't. Let's try and push early here. With Perez anyway. We've got to get some power unit back. And Perez is into P3 and he's flying as well, Perez. You can see how much quicker that Max Verstappen is over us. And you can see, he's going to come past us at some stage, you would expect. Perez is trying to close, not got loads of tyres though. Here's the rival now pushing. And he's got a full power unit to do so. And look at that. Oh, wow. Look, we were pushing and we couldn't keep him at bay. So it looks like we are just met our match at the wrong time. And we're going to drop even more points at this difficult track of Monza. We go into the last corner with 2 laps to go. Verstappen looking after his tyres. Rival now out of power unit. Perez is really short of tyres. That's not good. We're trying to literally push him as close to as we can. What about Verstappen? He's now closing on the rival. He's actually got okay tyre management here. And there's a chance that he can catch this leader. We're going to need to. We don't want to drop too many points. It's going to be a last lap battle. You can see Perez really struggling on tyre management. So we crossed the line to start the last lap. Max Verstappen from Max Verstappen. Perez, I can't push. So we are going to come fourth. Question is, can we come first and get past this Max Verstappen? Oh, how have we not got past? I thought we'd have got past at least there. And now into the last corner. Finally we go. We're going to push. Can we squeak it? No, we can't. Difficult matchup for the final part of this video. You can see Perez, we couldn't boost at all. And yeah, we've been hit by some tough matchmaking on Saturday. Look at that, 1746. Yeah, nothing we could do about that. 99 is it ahead? I think the rival was. And they were running both 8 Verstappen, 8 Perez. That's why Perez started way behind. And Car simply a lot better than us. We tried though. We absolutely tried. And it just shows how matchmaking can really affect your scores depending on what track you get on. But we have dropped 5 points so far. It is 183 points. 2 in the first races. And then that Monza 44, which was insanely difficult. But we managed. Let me know how you get on down below. I've actually enjoyed this. It's been a tough but interesting start. But fingers and eyes will be on the button tomorrow as we try and get that 376.